France, we just gave you salmon Wellington. What are we gonna do for dessert? Well, how about serve you what Taste of Home magazine said was the #1 pie in New York State. But here's the problem. If you're not near upstate New York, well, you're not going to get the pie unless you come to QVC, and then you are. This is Noble Pies. It is one of our newer brands on QVC, and it's quickly become one of our absolute favorites. Sells out over and over and over again because these are handmade from a family-owned bakery, and you're about to meet one of those bakers. But let me just tell you what you're going to get. 2 pies shipped to you in time for Christmas. You'll be ready to go, and this is your last opportunity to get them for Christmas. Do you want 2 apple, and that is that Hudson Valley apple? We are already down to just 400. Would you prefer the Marry Me Cherry? We'll give you 2 of those, only 600 to go around. And then we have the combo, which is very, very popular, and that's our best selling. You're gonna show up, if you're in charge of dessert, with 1 Marry Me Cherry and 1 Hudson Valley apple, and only 1,000. I am very excited to say hello to Zachary Bonder, who joins us from Noble Pies. Come on out, Zachary. So this is your first time on QVC, so I want to welcome you. He's been on QVC, but only on Skype. So
right.
So it's your first time driving to the studios.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your bakery, because it's so special.
Sure, yeah, these aren't just, your normal pies that you find from the grocery store. So basically how Noble Pies started was in 2008 when the recession hit. We lost our horse rehabilitation business virtually overnight.
Oh.
And my mother didn't know what to do, but what she did know is that she could make an incredible pie. So my mother, after school, she'd take me, my brother, and my sister to the local orchard, and we pick as much fruit as we could until the sunset. Then every day when we come back, we bake pies with her in our kitchen leading up to the weekend. And then we would go up to the side of the road. We painted a sign that said, "Turn back for pie."
Oh my God, so sweet.
And people started pulling over. We were selling pies, and it became like an every week thing until we were so busy on the side of the road selling pies that the town had to kick us off of the side of the road.
Oh my gosh,
because we were slowing down
traffic jam.
Yeah.
And then you started this bakery, which is in the Hudson Valley, upstate New York, which Taste of Home says makes the best pie in the state of New York. That is something. What is it about your pies that caused a traffic jam that now gets voted best pie in the entire state? What do you guys do that's so different?
What makes it so different is it's really a labor of love making pie, and just like I mentioned, we're picking fresh fruit, and we're still using fresh fruit to this day to make these pies. If you take a look at our apple pie, these are all fresh apples from the Hudson Valley. This is Gala, Golden Delicious, and Honeycrisp apples. In the cherry pie, we're using sweet and sour cherries, so you get the best of both worlds. So you're getting a perfect combination.
There's so much fruit, and it's not coming from a can. This
Never.
is fresh fruit. You know where the fruit's coming from. Hudson Valley, from the same orchards that you and your family used to pick the fruit from, right?
Same
But now
orchards,
I'm sure you're a little busy, so you're probably not picking fruit every day from after school until sundown.
No, absolutely not. I've graduated.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit.
But it is that same great recipe. And so this is not just like, oh, some pie you got from a local bakery maybe, or even the grocery store. This is Noble Pies. And this is one of the things, Zachary, like one of the reasons I love doing our food shows is because it gives our viewers, our QVC friends, a chance to try things from around the country that they've never had before. Like we have the pretzels coming up from central Pennsylvania. We have Noble Pies. And it is really a tour of America's best food. Now, I'm gonna take a bite of this cherry, and I would love for you to tell me what people say about this when they try it for the first time.
So when you're biting into our cherry pie, we actually call this the Will You Marry Me cherry pie. It is.
That's so good.
I can't tell you how many people say this is the best cherry pie I've had in my life when I'm at our store.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I think it's the best cherry pie I've ever had in my life. You know what I love about, oh wait, I wanna take another bite, but I also have to talk to you. First of all, this crust is so flaky.
Oh yeah.
Such a flaky crust. The cherry is not too sweet. It still has a little bit of tart, and it tastes so fresh.
Yeah, so this cherry pie filling, what's What's great about our pies is there's
it's
not
incredible.
too much sugar. You know, we use just enough sugar to make it perfect, but because we're using fresh fruit,
That's
you're
good.
you're getting all these natural sugars and all these natural flavors, which you're not going to find from a canned cherry filling.
So, you know, my grandma, she's still with us and she's 101 years old. And nobody that I've
out.
never had, yeah, she's awesome. And my grandma used to sell pies from her living room, well, she called it her front room, and in Houstontown, Pennsylvania. And my grandma made the best pies I've ever tasted. I have to tell you, I hope she's not watching now because she does like watching QVC. You just gave my grandma Kate a run for her money, and she until now has made the best pies. I mean, that is extraordinary.
Thank you.
And I do know good pie because I grew up eating, you know, my grandma Kate's pies. All right, let me show you exactly what your choices are. Do you want 2 apple? 350 and then they're gone. Do you want 2 Marry Me Cherry? Only 520, or do you say, I can't decide, I'd like 1 of each, and that's our combo. It is our most popular, 700 to go around. All right, we've talked about the Marry Me Cherry. Tell me about this apple pie. What makes your apple pie so unique?
This apple pie is so special. It's our best-selling pie at our bakery. And we're using fresh peeled, sliced and cut apples as soon as they're going to this pie. And what makes it even more special, which not everybody does, but they need to try it if they're doing it at home or they're gonna try this pie, is we're using 3 different types of apples. It's Gala, Golden Delicious, and Honeycrisp apples.
Why does that matter?
Because every apple has its own distinct flavor, you know, and when you're cooking apples, a lot of those flavors come out that you don't normally taste when you're just eating it by itself.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
you know
think
what?
you have to try it.
Before we wrap these up, and they are very, very popular. I'm telling you, don't wait. You're going to have the best pies for Christmas. Just very quickly, here's how they're going to come. They're going to come frozen, and we're just going to pop them in the oven so your house will smell like fresh baked pie.
Yep. Yeah, so 375 in the oven, put it in for 70 to 80 minutes, pour yourself a glass of wine, and then it's going to come out like you just baked it.
Oh my gosh, so you get the aroma too. How many are left? We only have 1,500 left, and we're busy on the phone lines. Zachary, it's very nice to meet you in
Nice to
person.
meet
Our
you.
best to your family. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for making the drive down here from the Hudson Valley. That is New York's best pie, according to Taste of Home magazine. Such a nice story.